Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. This is Meredith and this is the Share Mere Collective. Today I have my design team project for Lydia at Raindrop Lila, and I created this very chunky, beautiful journal with a hidden sewn-in signature. I used primarily her Cornelia kit, which has just absolutely stunning digitals and images, and I'm just thrilled with how everything came together. The other kits that I used are listed below, and I will mention as I'm flipping for sure which ones they are. So anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right in. I just use this simple sari closure and I love it. It's nice and versatile, and cream goes with everything. So here I have on the front this darling little topper that I created, and it is a couple of pieces. So this is just a little tuck spot, and these papers are from the Margaret kit, and then this is Cornelia. So that's just like a little mini file folder. Could also be used almost like a little writing board. And then here I have this image, which is just so stunning, on some embossed paper, and I backed it with my vintage file folder. And then as you flip over, there is a removable photograph that you can use somewhere else in the journal, and I created or just used this as a little tuck spot for this tag. There we go. So as it comes out this way, obviously, and I did this just kind of match the embossing. I didn't plan that, but it just worked out that way. And here is a little bit of that yummy crinkle ribbon that we love. So that's the topper, and then more could be stuffed in here, of course. This beautiful trim lace is from Emily at Blue Linen Cottage, and I think this is discontinued, so I will not share where that's from. Sadly, it's my favorite. So as we open up, I had to use this gorgeous girl from the Timeless Beauty collection. Again, backed it with some of my embossed paper, as well as the nice chunky file folder. And this one is not removable because I kind of covered it with the age tape and just wanted to have that be a little tuck spot. And in here, I have tucked some goodies. This is from the Vintage Green kit, and I just love the texture and look of the paper. It's so pretty. And this little snippet of a postcard, and then just a little bit of aged paper on the back. So that tucks in here. And then this fun little bundle here is from the Olivia Grace kit. These are like little sort of calendar type tickets, and I just did the first 6 months and clip them all together. So these could be, like a little tear sheet. You could tear one off and use it somewhere else in the journal or whatever. And then these fun little haberdashery tags are from the Cornelia kit as well. So this just tucks in here. And then I'm just obsessed with this, so I continue to use it in all my journals. So I have this linked below, the embossing folder for the large roses. And here I have another little label. These are from the Cornelia kit, and tucked in one of the envelopes. So this is just a little enclosure, and it opens fully up so that you can stuff more items in here. And then I just lined it with this gorgeous still life image, and then tucked in a few little goodies. It's my fun paper play with the paint. And then this is a little flip up. I did a double emboss with this, and so that could be used anywhere in the journal as well. So that all just gets tucked right in there. And then this flap is just a little faux enclosure. And we flip over. I used another one of the haberdashery tickets, I guess you would call them, or labels, and used a eyelet to enclose this together so that it makes a nice little tuck spot. And in here I have, I believe these are I don't know if they're the journal cards or if these are just more of the smaller images of the journaling cards. Anyway, they're all part of the Cornelia kit. And then one of the beautiful tags, and I just backed it with some plain coffee dyed paper. And then this is a little scrap that I had left over from a previous project, and I love it so much, so I had to include it. This is from the Vintage Green kit as well. I love that blue writing on there. And then on this page here, I have another image from the Cornelia kit, and this one does come off, and backed it with a little Edith Holden. It is a glued-on tuck spot, so if you wanted to use a different image here, you totally could. And then this beautiful paper is from Autumn Story, and I backed it with another Autumn Story image. I absolutely love this. And this blue is just stunning. I hope it's showing up well on camera. My lighting is a little weird today. But anyway, I shrunk it, printed it 2 to a page, but I just love that brown butterfly and figured it had to go there. And flipping over, a little tuck spot here. One of the black and white aesthetic photos, and then a Sam Poole stamp. And more of my fun watercolor swatch play on an Edith Holden page. These are the blue antique documents. And how yummy and perfect is this piece of velvet. I got this in a special Happy Mail from Gina from Pretty Paper Dreams, and I've been saving it forever, but it just looks so good and perfect. And it's just nice little squishy tab there. This is more of the Cornelia kit. I think I shrunk this down about 90% instead of 100, maybe a little smaller. And then backed it with some vintage documents. And then this one is the French Country documents. Here's another one of those little mini journaling cards. And then this is just a free floating, beautiful letter. This is also from Lydia's documents collection, and then this is one of the gorgeous standard edition layouts of the Cornelia kit, and this is printed full size. So just a nice little extra, lots of journaling space. Here I was so inspired by Kate's from Pixie K Designs, her beautiful Cornelia journal that she created recently as a guest design team project for Lydia, and she did this beautiful music paper printed on this floral, and I loved it so much I had to do it. So that's a little nod to Kate, and my ruffle, and then more vintage document on the back. This is one of the aesthetic black and white photos, and another little tag. This is some vintage music paper. This stunning wallpaper is also part of the Cornelia kit. Here I used another one of those haberdashery labels, and then I believe this was in the bundle that Gina sent me as well, and it's just so gorgeous, this postcard of Paris, and then another medium-sized tag from the Cornelia kit. So that gets tucked in there. This is a vintage blue document, I believe, another small journaling card. This is the Margaret paper. The Margaret collection is absolutely phenomenal as well, and blends so nicely with the Cornelia kit. And excuse me, just very autumn inspired as well. I haven't quite gotten to the pumpkins yet, but I'll get there next. But I love all these just yummy, warm autumn colors. Here I have another aesthetic photo of these gorgeous roses, and just a little snippet. And this is more of that beautiful wallpaper, background paper from the Cornelia. This doesn't want to go in there. This little label is from the Yellow Roses collection. And this is some vintage Welsh Bible page from Lovely Lottie's. This is another little treasure from Gina, Pretty Paper Dreams. I'm just starting to use all of those beautiful things she sent me. This is one of the sepia aesthetic photos. I think it's the Cornelia kit, but I can't remember. No, it's not. It's another one, and I'll link it below. This is the other side of that vintage country farm documents. This beautiful paper is from the William Morris collection, and I absolutely love this with the color combination. It just went so well. Popped in one of the French checks and a little fun French flashcard. And these labels are from the Cornelia kit. Some Edith Holden from August. Here I kind of mirrored this gorgeous paper. I did one of the little tuck spots here with some pretty trim, and then just made kind of a generic tag with some leftovers, and then this beautiful swallows tag. Just thought that looked so pretty together. And then this gorgeous paper, I did reduce this down by, I think, to 87%. Here I did another double printing with the wallpaper onto some Italian book page, and I thought it turned out really well. So it's, let me see, where'd it go? This wallpaper printed onto the book page. I love it. This is from the Margaret collection, and I wanted to do this full spread. And then here I added this beautiful pocket and trim, and I just love this beautiful rusty kind of reddy color to go with, and our swallow tag. So gorgeous. I just left that blank because it's so pretty. And then so here is the other side of that gorgeous double printed, and I just thought it turned out so nice. And then here I did a little side tuck. This is trim from Lavish Laces, and I tucked in a little beautiful collage card, and I just double printed that with some coffee dyed paper. And then this, I believe, is a leftover nugget from the Rosie kit, and just have double printed it with some colored paper on the back to coordinate. So that tucks in here. My crinkly ribbon is being very floppy. So that can kind of stick up a little bit too, which is fun. And then added a little velvet trim here that is from Lavish Laces again. This is from the Charlotte kit. I did use some beautiful images or items from the Charlotte kit as well. And then this is another Italian book page, very vintage and kind of semi-fragile. This is just blank on the back. And another one of those beautiful haberdashery items. So cute. All right, here, this was fun. So I created this little flip out and backed it with that gorgeous wallpaper as well onto some of the vintage hanging file folder. And then this beautiful girl is from the Timeless Beauty, and just attached the little tab on the top so you can just easily grab that. But I just thought that turned out so pretty. I love this. This is the Still Life kit. It's so gorgeous. This paper backing here is from the Charlotte kit. Sorry, my brain just stopped for a minute. Alrighty, moving right along. We have another little tuck spot. Added a label. This is from the Charlotte kit and is just paper clipped on here. And I have a French postcard. This was from Rose Hill Paper Cottage. I do not see a date on here. Let's see. Nope, can't read it. And then some other little ephemera just tucks right in here and can be used anywhere else in the journal. Let's see, here is just kind of a fun little scrap I had and just thought I'd make a little tuck right there. Some more book page, and this is really cool. It's got like pencil notes and underlining and stuff under it from an Italian book page. Another little journaling card. And then here we have another little bottom pocket. These are from Lydia's newest kit. I think it's called Roses and Script. And there's papers and the tags, and they're so gorgeous. And then this is from the Cornelia kit. Super pretty. And got a little more of that book page. And I just did a little flip out and included some raw, homemade paper that I embossed. In the back of that gorgeous double printed page. Love this image here. On this, I did a little flip out. So this comes off, and inside is a little copy of a vintage French document, and then this just flips out. And this is more of that roses and script paper, and it's so pretty. So this could be actually turned into a little mini journal if you'd like. I just thought I would include it on here as a little fun extra. Here's a little tuck spot here. Can easily be added to. This is from the yellow rose kit. It's the marbled paper. And then this is the back side of that Edith Holden where I had a little more of a play. And this is gorgeous paper from the Charlotte kit. No, excuse me, Cornelia. All right, we're getting close here, guys. So here I have a little folded bundle. It's just an antique document that I printed and folded it up as a little, kind of like a little mini envelope bundle. And then here we have a sturdy double-sided tag, and then just an extra tag that I had from the tall kits. And this is the script in roses. So pretty. This is a little snippet I had left over from a lovely Lottie's bundle. And then here I just had a little extra pink lace I thought would pop in here. And the back cover is fun. It has these 3 little beautiful cards. This is from the Charlotte kit. And then this is the roses and script. And this is some of the wallpaper from the Charlotte kit. So there you have it, and I added a little trim on this side. I thought that was so pretty. And then the back, so gorgeous, and she is very chunky. Definitely need a tie closure. I thought about doing the eyelets again, but decided not to because I kind of like just the nice chunkiness of everything. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I appreciate you being here and watching, and I will see you again in my next video.